So I've never been one to make good introductions when it comes to new video series I want to, do for this channel, because I sometimes don't have an idea of how I'm even going to approach this new video series, or rather what the title will be. And I don't want to use titles that other, creators use. Like, I don't want to use any kind of elaborate titles that Medi, not the bad guy, uses for his character analysis, nor calling these character analysis. But then, I'd be lying if I was going to call these like character deep dives or what have you. Welcome to the character profile series, because essentially that's what this is. A profile of characters. Now, not just of any characters. I'm not gonna start talking about Monkey D. Luffy and Goku and all the motherfuckers. No, these are gonna be characters from series that I have fully reviewed on this channel. Aside from a couple of series that, when I started this channel, I was already so many volumes deep into those series that I never really talked about their initial volumes, those two series being Inuyasha and Dorohedoro. Now, with this series here, the characters I will be talking about will be from either Dorohedoro, which I have completed on this channel, Hell's Paradise, aka Jigokuraku. Actually, Jigokuraku does mean Hell's Paradise. I was just been saying that for so long that when one day I caught myself, I was like, oh fuck, I'm just saying Hell's Paradise twice, literally. So I decided to just fucking go with that. And Buso Renkin. Alright, and so this time around, I'm going to be focusing on my personal favorite character from Buso Renkin, which is Nobuhiro Watzuki's third series, the series that he did after the failed series of Guns Blaze West, called, well, Buso Renkin. And the character's name is Koushaku Chouno, aka Papillon. Now, Papillon is essentially the foil of the story, meaning that he is everything that the protagonist is not. He is the antagonist at first in the New Life arc. He is the antagonist. After that point, he becomes a secondary antagonist, but then ends up actually kind of joining the protagonist group. But not really joining with them, just that his viewpoints and his mission kind of aligns with the mission of the protagonist, in a sense. Now, what makes him foil is that Kazuki Muto is a very selfish kind of person, who he gives his all and everything for other people, never fighting for himself, never doing anything for himself. However, when it comes to Koushaku Chouno, as a human, he was very recluse, and, well, he did create a bunch of homunculi. So his kind of shows out with that, because he was able to, stay at home for a long period of time, meaning that he was able to read upon the works of his great-great-grandfather, whom later on he gets to meet, who is the leader of the LXE, aptly named Dr. Butterfly. Which is ironic, because Papillon's motif, Koushaku Chouno's motif as Papillon, once he disregards his own humanity, wears a mask of a butterfly. So, kind of ironic that his grandfather was called Dr. Butterfly, and he carried that mantle of the butterfly himself. Maybe it was on purpose, maybe it wasn't. I honestly don't know. What I do know is the fact that he wanted to basically live forever, but was defeated by a mere human, That human being, Kazuki Muto. Probably the only human to ever acknowledge Koushaku Chouno's existence, which led to a very demented rivalry / friendship between the two. The kind of friendship to where if anybody would call him Chouno, he would attack without a hesitation. But if it was Kazuki doing it, it was a sign of respect. He respected the fact that Kazuki could call him that, and even made it aptly known that only Kazuki Muto was allowed to call him such, because he had completely and utterly disregarded his human name the moment he became a humanoid homunculus. And in the story, the humanoid homunculus was a step up away from the former enemies that we were first introduced in the first arc of Buso Renkin. Those first enemies being yes, they were homunculus, but these were homunculus that were essentially born from other types of living organisms that were not human. Now, there's a reason why the humanoid homunculus is a different type of monster, and quite frankly, I don't quite remember why that was. And it might be because of the fact of human intelligence, especially considering the fact that nearly every single member of the LXE are all humanoid homunculi, except for a couple of them where they're more like familiars, just regular people basically devoting themselves to the cause, that kind of stupid bullshit. Yeah. But each one of these human homunculi was able to operate a kakugane. And although at first he never got a kakugane himself from Dr. Butterfly, he actually stole a kakugane from one of the other LXC members that died. This kakugane that he stole had a gunpowder motif to it, which when he activated it gave him what appeared to be like butterfly wings made of gunpowder. A cool fucking ability, honestly. Both incredible looking in the manga and also in the anime. Now, would I recommend the Buso Renkin anime? Kind of, but kind of not. I feel that if you only watch the anime, you're not really getting the full experience of the story, and you are missing out on a fuck ton. Especially since the second half of the story, a lot is changed and a lot is altered. This is probably because of the fact that Buso Renkin initially got canceled out of Weekly Shonen Jump, and the last 3 chapters were created after the fact. They were essentially made, okay, for Nobuhiro Watzuki to wrap this shit up. Now, let's talk about design. Okay, design-wise of Koushaku Chouno, that he is a leftover design that that Nobuhiro Watzuki, was going to use in Guns Blaze West, calling the character a matador and saying that he was having a cape that was going to somehow deflect the bullets. Now, I don't know how zany or nuts Guns Blaze West is, so I don't know if that concept would actually have worked in that story. However, I am happy that, he decided to basically keep that character, a design of the character. I was like, you know what? I can't use it for this story, but let me go ahead and then move it over to this story. I'm also glad that, Koushaku Chouno ended up becoming part of the hero's party. Now, one very noticeable aspect about shonen manga, and if you've been reading shonen manga as long as I have, you might have noticed this too, that there are times that if you know what to look for, you will notice that sometimes a villain in early arcs will end up becoming a benefactor towards the hero. Sometimes it's of their own free will, other times it's because they're kind of forced to join on the hero's side. It happens. Shit, happens almost every series I've ever read, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Fuck. Yeah. Happens a lot. Someone once told me that there are 3 Fs to Shonen Jump. Or 2 Fs, 3 Fs or 2 Fs? Or it's like FFA or some shit like that. I think it's 3 Fs, yeah. Friendship, forgiveness, adventure. So maybe it's 2 Fs and A. So it sounds like a report card. Okay. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below. And let me know who I should do in my next video. Should I go ahead and continue on with Buso Renkin and talk about Kazuki Muto, or should I go over to Dorohedoro and talk about the enforcer with the heart-shaped mask known as Shin? Let me know in the comments down below. And I really do mean let me know, because I'm going to be checking the comments in the next couple of weeks to see where the votes are tallied up. And if you like this content, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share this video with others that you think might enjoy this content or not. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are subscribed, or have just recently subscribed, that is. Make sure you hit that notification icon. It looks like a bell, and make sure that bell is a ring-a-ding-ding, and that way you know when I put out another video. Alright, so that is all, people. Bye.